Hello and welcome to Welwyn Garden City. So today I'm in Welwyn Garden City. It's a historic town and I'm going to give you some more information and a tour about this town. So stay tuned, there's more to come. This is Hertfordshire Sessions. See you in a bit. First off, I was trying to show you the fountain that's in the centre of town, which is here. And you've got all the shops and cafes all nicely organised here, and then this big long greenery in the middle of the town. I just spoke to some locals and they gave me some more information about this town, so I'm going to share those with you today. Essentially, this town was founded in the 1920 by Ebenezer Howard. There's a statue of him here. We're going to go and see him now. And there's a bit more about him that I'll share with you later on today. But it's a lovely looking town so far. Let's find out more. Walking down what looks like the town high street. Looks really well looked after. Let me just pan my camera around. There you go. We're going across into the centre bit where you can find the statue of Ebenezer Howard. Let's see. As mentioned, here's a statue of Ebenezer Howard, the guy who founded this garden city, and his basically he wanted a town or a garden city that is both close to the city, the main cities, and close to the countryside. So his vision was to have a healthy living lifestyle with both work and greenery, lots of greenery around, and it was a visionary. And funnily enough, this town, this garden city, was founded in 1919, 1920, around that time, which is also the time of the Spanish pandemic, the Spanish flu, I believe. And he created this town, so there was a lot of influence from this pandemic, and it celebrated its 100th year in 2020, and again in a pandemic. So unfortunately they couldn't have a massive celebration because of that, but it's quite an interesting timing. We're 100 years apart from the creation of a town to 100th birthday, if you like. And this gentleman here couldn't have guessed this would have happened in 100 years time. So there's a big John Lewis here, and some more shops and restaurants. This is a main area where people come to eat and have a good time. Lots of benches and so on. So let's see what we can find, anything interesting, some more interesting stuff about Welwyn Garden City. I've been here a long time ago, I think, to go into John Lewis and make some purchases. I think I bought my Xbox from here. Not for me, for my son. But yeah, let's see. Let's go and find Margot. She's gone to have a coffee somewhere. Let's go and find her. Before we get a coffee, another interesting thing about Sir, I don't know if it's Sir actually, Ebenezer Howard, is he actually went over to the States before he created this town to become a farmer. So you can see even back then, I'm just guessing here, he assumed, or he thought the food that we buy in the shop is probably not as good as the one you'd actually grow yourself. So he actually went to America to become a farmer, and he bought the land here in the early 1919 maybe. I'm not sure exactly when he bought it, on an auction. So this land was auctioned, 1,500 acres of land, a huge amount, and he purchased the land for £51,000. Now in today's money, I don't know exactly how much that is, 105 years on, but it seems like a huge amount of money even back then. So yeah, so some really interesting facts that we found here. Let's see if we can find something else. Let's go. As normal, the first stop we make is for a beer. Cheers. So today we're in Two Willows. Is it Two Willows? Two Willows pub in Welwyn Garden City. And it's quite nice. I mean, I don't want to show too much, but yeah, if you look, we're of course sat upstairs. Where we're sat, I can show you around here. Lots of tellies, screens. Nice area here. Some more areas down there. Nice little peak. It's a nice little pub, and there's plenty of spaces. There's even a dance floor. I don't know if I can show you. There's a bit that says what looks like a dance floor. No, it's better from the other side. Let me see if I can show you one. Right, there you go. You can see that where it says dance floor there, just there. That's a dance floor. You can actually come in and let your hair down in Welwyn in the Two Willows pub. So, cheers. See you after my beer. I'm thinking, as I'm already here, should I grab some food as well? What do you guys think? Have a look at the menu. You can have a pizza, small plates, burgers, sharing platters, and some wings. Something at the back? Ah. Okay, whatever this is, I need to have a look at this. I've not seen this, so I'm reading it through the screen. Guinness wings. Alright, okay. What's for on the starters? Oh, it's a massive holder. Mac and cheese. Rated plates, fish and chips. Tandoori chicken skewers. It's not bad actually, it looks quite nice. I like the presentation. That's what it looks like. Fantastic. I'll decide and let you know. Right, just had my pint. Just come out. Outside of the Two Willows pub. We're going to go over to something called the Welwyn Baths. Okay, so I mentioned in my last video that we're going to go to the Welwyn Baths. Basically, this is the Roman baths that's still around in Welwyn, that we're going to see that later today. And you can see the pub in the background there. But yeah, so we're gonna go there. But before we go there, there's an interesting site which is basically the Weetabix factory here. The Weetabix factory is now being converted into flats. So the local population is not too happy about it. That's because this town was designed for a certain number of people, but that number seem to have grown and is growing, but the infrastructure isn't there to support them, so they're not happy about this, the local residents. But yeah, so we're gonna go there next to see the developments, what the guys are doing. So I'll see you soon. There's also a market here which seems to have finished for now, but there's some stands left. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see what's available in the market. Let's see, there's lots of shops, lots of places to eat, lots of places to hang out, chill out, have a beer or have a drink. Subway, Greg's, McDonald's, the whole lot. But let's see what's in the market. There's soul food. I wonder what that is. There's a van that says soul food on it, so I think it's maybe some Caribbean food. That's interesting. Let's see what we got here. Fish and chips. And here it is. Here we go, ladies and gents. The soul food. Yeah, I was right. It's Caribbean. Let's see what they've got. Nice. Looks good. What's the menu? Jerk chicken. Okay. Lots of people around here. I'm a bit conscious to film people. I don't want to get in a conversation where they don't ask me to turn the camera off or something, but I think you want to see this as well. Okay, I'm gonna go to the factory where it used to be a factory, but now apparently it's where they're building the flats, and there's the town's not happy about it because the town has limited schools, doctors, etc. infrastructure, and it seems like it's growing, and the locals are not happy that it's growing because that's going to affect them. The infrastructure cannot support what's meant to be for a 55,000 people population, and with this new development, that population is going to grow, and the locals are not happy about it. Okay, I'll show you the factory, or the factory that was a factory now is a block of flats. The way to go to the shredded wheat factory, which is now the flats, is through here, the Howard Centre. Again, we hear the name Howard, so the locals are keeping the name alive, keeping the spirit and keeping his vision alive. So let's have a look where we can go, where we need to go. Barclays Bank. I was told to go up the escalator and go towards the train station. Let's see. Let's see. After asking a few people, I think we might have actually found it. So we went up the escalators and then through the mini mall thing, and I think it's just here. I think this is it. So this is the old shredded wheat factory, and which is now being converted or transformed into flats. And the guy who I met by the fountain where I first started the video, he actually told me I'll be able to see the silos. So yeah, so we're gonna go have a closer look at what's going on and what all the fuss is about. And here it is. I don't know if you can see that. That actually says wheat quarter there. If I go down there, you'll be able to see more. So let's take it. So this seems to be it. It's quite a rough looking building with the paint it's all coming off. It looks quite, I don't know, it looks run down. It must take a lot of money to convert this, but this is it apparently. This is what I understood is they're already building, but it looks like they're going to build. It's just starting now. So this looks like the car park for the train station. There's the train station just there. That's the train station where we just came from. And this, oh, I better watch myself, is where the Wheat Mix factory is. Yeah, quite interesting. So it's going to be called a wheat quarter, but this is the old shredded wheat factory, which has been closed down for some time now. As you can see, the building's in disrepair, with plants growing out of the side of the building. But as you can see here, there you go, new era of renewed commitment. So this is what the locals are not happy about. They're going to transform this into flats, and this is going to be the main entrance, I suppose. Where's the car park going to be? No idea. So the locals are not happy with this. There's more developments there you'll be able to see. Yeah. So that's what's happening at the moment. So yeah. So I think, I don't know how many flats they can squeeze in here, but if they were to squeeze in quite a few apartments, that's gonna, and I think the people who are going to move in here, because of the proximity to London, they're going to be commuters. So there's where the new flat's going to be, and here is the train station, and that's a bridge to go to a train station. So it seems for the builders, they're building it in the prime location, but for the locals, it's a bit of a hindrance. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Let's go to the Roman Baths. Filming. Trusted Margot has been looking at some stats here. So apparently in this building here behind us, they're going to build 133 2 or 3 bedroom houses with private gardens, 141 retirement homes, 305 flats with associated amenities including co-working space, gym and lounge, 180 apart hotel, whatever that means, with integrated cafe, improvements to the pedestrian footbridge from station, including a new lift, new stairs and rental units, 6.5 acres of public open space. So there's a lot of building plans here that's going to take place in this building. So I might have to come and visit when it's actually finished and show you guys what they've actually created here. In contrast to the new build that's happening where I just showed you, which is there, we've got all this land here, what looks like it's going to be built on soon. So you can already see new flats have been built over there, and some more flats are going up over there, and I think some kind of development is going to happen here and here maybe. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to benefit, or it's very mixed bag for me, but it's interesting to see how a town which was created by Mr. Howard is now changing over time to suit to suit the modern way of life, or the modern living. Okay, back to where we came from and onwards to the Roman Baths. Closer look at Mr. Ebenezer Howard. Okay, let's go back through the mall and onto the Roman Baths. I thought I'd show you some of the nice areas. I thought I'd show you some of the nice areas of Welling. We're driving through Welling now, Welwyn Garden City, and we're going to the Welwyn Roman Baths, and I thought I'd show you some of the lovely. It looks so lovely here. I mean, it's a nice town with lots of shops and stuff. And here, if you're living around here, look how beautiful it is. It's in the summertime, this must look gorgeous.
Left onto Bessemer Road.
Sorry about my sat nav, but it must look gorgeous in the summertime. All these trees, the houses are nicely spaced apart, lots of flowers, nice, thick, wide paths to walk on. I think this is all part of Mr. Howard's plan, and it's nice to see after 105 years, it still looks beautiful as he visioned it back 100 years ago. And as we head to the Roman Baths, it looks like we're going past what appears to be the nicer part of Welwyn Garden City, heading towards Stevenage. As you can see, the roads are really well maintained. I'm just looking at traffic now. Hang on a second. And here we're now actually going out of Welling into the sticks or the countryside.
Take the first exit onto Hertford Road.
Okay, I'll see you back in a minute. Here on the right hand side, I'm not sure what this is exactly, but you can see, I'll be quiet, you can actually see some kind of vineyard maybe. What is that? There's some kind of plantation. I'm seeing, you can't really see clearly on the camera, but maybe it's more clear when we drive through it. So hang tight, boys and girls. I'm going to drive through this field and let's see what it is. As you can see on the top right there, there's some
in half a mile at the roundabout,
I'm sure what it is.
Second exit towards the north.
What is that, Margaret? Do you have any ideas? Okay. Here we are at the Roman Bath Museum. As promised, I'm not sure what these things are, but we're heading towards it now. And soon, seems like there's a car park there. And soon, oh, the sun's behind me, so you won't see me properly. Oh, there you go, I can see you now. Right, so let's go. Let's see what this Roman bar is about. Now you can't book tickets to this place online. It's £6 per adult. I'm not sure about the prices for the kids, but £6 for adults gets you into this place. And from what I've seen in the pictures, it's got ruins of the old Roman baths. Yeah, I mean, let's just see it. You don't want me just yapping on, on and on and on. So let's actually go and see what it's about. I have to say, it's quite a peculiar entrance. The entrance is actually a tunnel. Some information here. Oh, okay. There you go. I think this picture probably illustrates best how the baths were operated. King's Bath. Circular wooden tub. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is how it first started back in the 1970s, 1969, when this site was first found by amateur diggers, and then I think it was something like this, and then slowly they went down to the level that you see here now. Some information about how it was discovered and excavated, and to imagine this is all done by the local amateurs. It's not done by a professional archaeologist. So this was found and dug up by volunteers, by the locals, and yeah, so it's a great story. And you see some of the areas there. I'm not sure what a cauldron room is. I'm sure it tells me here. Okay, and then this is the gentleman who found it. She did mention the name. I'm so bad with names. I've got to sort myself out. This is a gentleman who actually found the site, and his wife, and they convinced the local authorities to let him dig here. This was originally a school playground, so that when he approached the school and asked the school, "Can I dig here?" Of course, they weren't really too keen. But he eventually managed to convince them, and he gets some local support from the locals. He raised the money, and the local council promised to match his funding that he raised himself. And here it is. It's a nice piece of history in Welling. This is how it was dug up back in, I think this is in the 70s now, and in between 1970 and 1975, just before the museum opened, they thought they should put this roof on, because there's a road being built around here, and to preserve the site they built this roof, and this roof was guaranteed for 10 years, and it's 50 years on and it's still here. So a fantastic little story. Great. As Mike just kindly pointed out, so this bit here is where we are. This is the bathhouse, but there's a whole section here, and there's a wall, and then you've got what looks like a stables or farm with another underfloor heating, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And then you've got the main house where they actually used to live. So what we can see here is just the bathhouse, quite small part of the overall building. Anyway, onwards. As we're leaving here, just want to tell you a bit more, because we were talking to Mike in there. Mike is the curator, or the guy who maintains this place or runs this place, and he used to be friends with the guy who discovered this place, and the guy who discovered this place would come and visit Mike and speak to him and so on. But what he said is that the Romans had underfloor heating. We today take it for granted and we think this is new technology, but it actually existed back in the Roman times. And the Romans were quite keen on baths and underfloor heating and these kind of amenities. So it was interesting to see how the whole building, as you saw in the picture, most of them had underfloor heating, where the fire would actually be outside the house, and it'll go through the floor, under the floor, and out again through a chimney. And today we have the modern day fireplace, which is inefficient, shall we say, but it's nice, but nowhere as efficient as the underfloor heating or advanced as that. So this just goes to show you, if you actually look in history, you actually find that the humans, we may have evolved in certain ways, but in other ways we've actually lost a lot of our technologies and lots of our skills for building these kind of stuff. Yeah, so it's an interesting view. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm bloody hungry right now, and I fancy a pub meal. So we're gonna go and try a couple of pubs to see which one's best. Corpus Arms. Mike told me it was a good place, so we're gonna try that first. And if you like it in there, I'll do what I did last time, do a quick video and show you guys. Okay, see you. We've decided to come to the Corpus Arm in Welling. There you go, that's the pub. I don't think I can film inside, but once we sit down, I'll show you the menus and the food. We didn't like the last place, so we're here at the Horn pub. So let's see how this one is. We're inside the Horn now, and this is what it looks like from inside the Horn pub. And it's really nice. The owner, the landlord, is fantastic. He's told us a bit of a history about this place. And somebody called, let's get this name out, Mr. Gibbon, that's all we know at the moment, was actually, Walter Gibbon was actually one of the...
Walter Clibben.
Walter Gibbon was one of the local rowdy guys. And he's apparently took his last breath here in this little, what's known as a little nook or snug in this pub. So interesting facts. Sorry, I was interrupted by the landlord who was giving us more information. So I was saying, Mr. What's his name again? Mr. Gibbon. We call him Mr. Gibbon, who was local, terrorized the locals. He was basically sticking up people with the guns, robbing them.
Pie man by trade. He made pies.
He made pies apparently in Ware. Ware is, by the way, for you guys who are watching from other parts of the world, Ware is another town in Hertfordshire, and he would sell his pies during the day, and at night he would come here, which is quite this where this pub is, the Horns. It's actually quite a nice affluent area, and he was trying to you would rob them at gunpoint, and until he picked the wrong person, who shot him, and he was brought to this place, and he took his last breath here. And the owner tells me this pub is actually catering to the local community. They have lots of beer festivals. They have local beers here and so on. So yeah, so it's great. And here you can actually see. Where are you? Here you can actually see the original wall, which is fantastic, I think. Yeah, so it's a great little pub. If you're in Welling, or if you're in what place is it? Herban Green. Near Welling, you can Google it. It's called the Horns pub. Burnham Green. Okay. I'll show you my food when it comes. We've ordered 2 burgers. Oh, by the way, about the burgers that we ordered, the burgers are apparently made from 3 cuts of beef, and it's a bit of a secret. The butcher signed the NDA not to give the information out to anyone. So I'm looking forward to it. It seems like it's going to be interesting, and the landlord is so enthusiastic and so passionate about his food and his pub and the local area that he's actually given us a lot of information very kindly, but some of it I can't remember at the moment, to be honest. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a lovely place, great atmosphere, and there's rugby on the telly. So see you when the food gets here. Guys, the food is here and it's looking scrumptious, shall we say. Have a look. So you get your extra crispy fries. You've got an M2 burger. An M2 burger is basically 2 patties of burger cooked both sides together under pressure, and as I mentioned earlier about the 2 cuts of beef and so on. So there you go. I'll tell you how it tastes once I try some. Guys, this burger is amazing. Just look at it. It's 2 patties cooked. there's no words for it. It's really, you would think burger. How can it be more tasty, different, whatever? Let me tell you, this burger is amazing. It's probably, and this is a bold claim, it's probably the best burger I've tasted. Definitely fantastic. We just finished the meal, and before we leave, I thought I'd tell you a bit more about this. His name is Walter Gilbin, and there's apparently a stake that was driven through his heart when he died by the locals, so he doesn't come in spirit. So anyway, interesting. We're going to try to find it for you and show you. Cheers. Okay, I was so impressed with this place. I think we should have a closer look. So here is the horns. There's a banner over there. It's a fantastic pub, guys. You should. Right, I mentioned that Walter Giblin, his body was laid to rest somewhere near the pub after he got shot, and then the locals actually came in to send him on his way after he got shot, and he was trying to recover. In the pub. And this post here is actually the post that was driven through his heart as he lay in the ground. So what a bloody interesting story that is. So we actually came all the way around. So we went to the pub. We've done the whole trip now, and there's cars coming. I'm not in the best position, but yeah, we saw the stake. You can go. We saw the stake, and there it was. So as a finale, we saw the pub, fantastic pub. We saw the Warren Gibbons story. We heard it. We've seen it. We've seen how the locals got frustrated, and finally, he is laid to rest here with a stake driven through his heart. Just there in the middle of absolutely nowhere. There it is. On that note, we're going to end this video. Thank you very much for everyone to getting to the end of the story. Please subscribe and like, so it helps out the algorithm, and I need you to grow this channel. Thank you. Just like the last video, we're going to end with a thatched house. There we are. This is a beautiful looking house. Imagine this house on a chocolate cover of a chocolate box. Look at that. That's absolutely stunning. Look at this little cottage here. Beautiful, beautifully thatched, beautifully pointed, and lovely bricks. Great. On that note, we are out.